Uh-oh. I think you all couldn't hear what I was saying. So let's try this one more again. Let me know if you can hear what I'm saying. What's up, my loves? This is going to be a quick template flip tutorial for class tonight. This is course number 204, and we're going to be able to switch this one out with the colors, the logo, the images, and of course, whatever theme and text you want it to be. Awesome, because yeah, I just talked for at least a minute before I realized that my mic was on mute. Hey, it's how it goes sometimes. All right, let's go ahead and get this one changed out. I'm gonna do like a dinosaur theme here. So we're gonna go ahead and change this one out. I'll start with the photo here. You have photo number one, you just double click on it and change it out. And of course, if you want to fade off your photos, you can do that as well. Now you can go to File, Place Embedded, and then place your image there. I'm going to go ahead and go with the dinosaur, but I need to remove the background. So let's do that first. Let me go ahead and pull up remove.bg. It's a really quick way to remove the background from the photos. And I'm just going to go ahead and drag in this dinosaur here. Oh, I lied because I'm in this space here. That is not my remove BG. That's the image source there. So we're going to do this beautiful little boy right here. We're going to go ahead and cut out the background and use it as our inspiration image. But before we do that, let's go ahead and bring in our T-Rex. Make sure it's going to cut out the background. There it is. That's one of our T-Rexes. Let's go ahead and go with the second image of the T-Rex. There it is. Background looks removed fairly well there. And then let's go ahead and grab our image of our little one. Did I already bring it in or no? Here we are. And I found a problem with this one, but I wanted to show you all this live. And this happens sometimes. It can't decipher the foreground from the background. So what we can do is we can go into it and edit it. Go to edit and restore. Let's go to the restore instead of the erase. And I'm going to bring the size of the brush down a little bit. And I'm just restoring a part of the image where I wanted to keep that. And sometimes this is an issue, but I still feel like overall this is a better solution than the algorithm that removes the background in Photoshop in the actual program does right now. So this looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and download it. There it is. And then let's go ahead and download our dinos as well. There's one, and I'm not going to download the high resolution of it because it's not necessary for the demo. All right, but if you have removed BG and you're going to be blowing this up for an all over shirt, I would absolutely suggest that you download the HD version. All right, let's go on back to our Photoshop now. And right here in the middle, I'm calling that photo 2. So, oh, actually, I think it kind of mixed it up, but whichever one is in the middle. We're going to leave on the existing photo just so that when I do my file, place embedded, I know where to put my existing image so that I don't have to tinker with it too much as far as size goes when I do my placement. All right, so I'm going to turn off the previous image here and just say yes to update. You can also go File, Save before you close out. And there we have it. And let's go ahead and change out photo number 3. We'll double click on it. And I'm going to drag in our dino here. And as a matter of fact, I think I did not save both dinos, maybe just one. I think I didn't save this one yet. Oh, no, I did. I just need to refresh. That's all. So let me refresh over here on my folder side. There it is. All right, and you can also literally drag from like the bottom here of your, if it'll let you. Photoshop has been doing these weird updates lately where sometimes it'll let you do what it used to do and sometimes it won't. And right now, yeah, it let me do it. Let me drag straight from the browser, or you can drag from the folder as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the previous image here. Hit yes to update. And I have a photo there. Then I'm going to go ahead and change out this photo here. Same idea. Now this one's gonna be a little bit more difficult because you see how this is a portrait layout, but the dino here is more of landscape, so we may have to resize that, but we'll play with that once we get it in place. And there we go. So what I would have to do here is go ahead and take this photo and make it larger. Maybe even play with the placement there. And you know what I should have done? I never do this. Well, it doesn't matter because I have a screen version of this one saved. Now this one is a little bit bigger, and you're going to have to do this based on what images you put in here. So let's say this is our theme. And then for the colors, let's go with changing it maybe to orange as our secondary color or our primary color and blue as our secondary color, just so we can see how this actually really does change up. Now, what I'll do is I'll use my color picker tool here to pick the color from the shirt. And also if we had a logo, we could pick the color from the logo as well. And this is kind of giving me like a little corally orange, but I can rock with that. Let's double click on the foreground color swatch. And let's go ahead and add that to swatches. Make sure that add to my current library is turned off. Okay, and then we'll select the second color, which is kind of like this cyan color. And I could even select this third color, which is more of like a royal blue, if I wanted to add that as a color as well. And I think that's it. All right, so let's see how this thing works out. Let's go ahead and go up to our color number 1. And we're going to switch it out. I'm actually going to duplicate the layer and go to my swatches here, which you'll see your swatches are saved. Let's go ahead and go with the orange. There we go. Let's hit yes to update. You can also go to File, Save to update that as well. Perfect. So now my orange is changed out here. And you notice everywhere that was blue before is now orange. Now let's change out the gray color here, which is color number 2. I'm just going to duplicate that layer so we keep the existing orange that was there, or the existing gray that was there. And let's go ahead and go with the cyan color now. Now what I like to do for my color number 3 and 4, if I even incorporate a 3 and 4, is to just do the black and white, because no matter what colors I do in a design, I'm normally going to have some type of neutral black and white colors or gray tones, something in there. All right, and I want to make sure that we have a little contrast in the background here. So I'm going to go into the background and let's see, what are we recoloring here? I'm going to go to my move tool and come here to that color for the background. All right. And then I need to make sure that all of these are clipped to just this graphic accent here. And you'll be happy to know that the graphic accent does, it has, I kind of put them at an angle here, but I also have the straight up and down version of it. Okay, and I want this grunge to be on the outside because I want it to kind of fill in that background. I don't like solid color backgrounds, as you know, especially when you're doing all overs. If you don't have some type of pattern, some type of grunginess to your background, you can often deal with some very undesirable results because it's very hard to get flat colors unless you're doing cut and sew. Okay, and even with cut and sew, it still is. It's still going to be advantageous to have some texture, some pattern, something going on, some visual interest in the background. Plus, you get to show off. You know, it's not a regular printed t-shirt. This is something that people are going to wonder, how did you get that effect? So you might as well show off. All right, so we have the orange here. Now I want to show you something. If you are dealing with color change, which most of you will be changing these colors out, right? I want you to understand that there are some things that you may have to change in terms of the levels here. And I have some examples of some that make it lighter or darker. Like if you're doing a really, really dark color, you may want to throw on that darker there. If you're doing a mid-tone color, you probably won't have to change anything. But a lighter color like a yellow or a peach or a pastel color, you may have to change the levels. And in that case, I want you to understand you can just double click right here and play with the midtones here, play with the highlights and the shadows and get whatever desired effect you want. Okay, so you may have to do that depending on which color you choose, but for the most part, y'all, that almost automatically changes out for you. And then you can choose, let's say for instance, on the circle here, maybe you want it to be the blue instead of the orange, or maybe you just want it to be white or black. You absolutely have those options there as well. Just something to kind of give it a little more visual interest. Now, of course, you can change out the text. We can right click on the text instead of your town. You can double click on the T here. And let's say that this is going to be, we're going to call this a Mirosaurus. So if I can type properly, AMIR. And then instead of Mustangs, we can go there to that particular element. And if we just double click here on the word where it says Mustangs is a smart object, we can double click on that. And here, what I'll do, I'm going to duplicate that layer and show you what it's going to look like if we change that text. I think I'm going to put it all in here. And of course, because it doesn't fit, I'm holding down Shift to kind of squish it in a little bit, make sure that the text makes it completely on here. And watch what happens if I close out and hit yes to save, or I do file save. Now this says a Mirosaurus, and it kind of breaks it up and makes it look all cool. So you didn't have to do any of the work there. And then here, let's say, let's say this is birthday. So maybe you want to say happy birthday. But let's say happy birthday looks really long, and I'm going to make it look really long, even though this is a tall, skinny text. So you could literally leave it happy birthday there. But let's say you wanted another line of text. My suggestion is to take this entire folder where it says text one and just alt click and drag it. So maybe I'll have happy on one line, birthday on the next line, and then that way I can change up the colors. So let's give the first line the blue color, and let's let it say happy. Boom, boom. And of course you can change up the fonts, but I do have a couple of fonts that we're using here to suggest. And then text number 2, instead of it saying happy birthday, we're just going to say birthday. And then we can even keep it all together like that. Maybe even take this one and give it a little slant. This is all whatever you want to do. So 2023 could have the, 8th birthday or whatever you want to do. This is just giving you some suggestions for where to start with the design that you can literally get done in no time at all. Like, well, not no time. It's going to take some time, but very little time, usually about 5 minutes or less if you know what you're going into. And here's the thing, if you get your customer prepped, meaning if you tell them, hey, what color do you want? What is your theme? Go ahead and submit the photo to me. What words do you want? And you let them type out the words to you, then you're absolutely going to be able to crush the project in little to no time because you've gathered the information ahead of time that you can really use to impress your customer. Okay, and I'm just seeing here what color I want this little grid pattern to be. I think I'm gonna let it be white. And that's it, y'all. That's it. This design is ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and group some of these elements. So this is your circle accent. And then of course you have your photos there. And then let me show you how you might save this if you're not doing it all over. If you're doing a 13 by 19, we can activate this little grungy layer right here. It's called a layer mask. And let's say you want to bring in a little more of your abstract elements. You can move them down to where you see more in the image here. But pretty much if you leave it like it is, it's ready to go as a 13 by 19. And also as an all over design. And the reason why I'm bringing this dino back a little bit is because the closer it is to the edge, the more it looks faded off. And we've done that by design on purpose. And I'm checking to see, I think I like it down a little bit further. And we could even make that one a bit larger. And I feel like I could take this logo here, and instead of it being there, I would have a good place to put a logo there. Let's say if there was a logo particularly for this event, or maybe it's a logo that goes with the birthday theme. This one is just dinosaurs in general, but let's say if it was, maybe that would be a Jurassic Park theme, and maybe we would put the Jurassic Park image there for that little one. But in this case, I'm actually going to turn that off because I want to focus on this one more here. Let's bring that down, but a little bit larger. There we are. Kind of holds on to that negative space there a little bit better. And then I could bring this one in front of this one. So he's in front of that tail. Boom, there we go. Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and on this layer, if you wanted to get the 13 by 19 version of this, I could right click, quick export as PNG, and it's going to immediately, I'm going to put it in my downloads for now. Art, and I'm going to do -1 because each version of this art I'm going to save separately. Now I'm going to disable the layer mask, right? And then we're going to right click and quick export the entire art group. And let's put it back into the downloads here. Okay, so this one will be art 2. And then let's say I wanted to save a different variation with the different background color. Let's say, let's do the orange here, and then let's do the blue up top and see what that looks like. I like that as well. Actually, I think I like that better. I like that a lot better. So let's go ahead and come on up here to our art group, and we can quick export that as a PNG. And then that way we can compare the two. And boom, there we have it. So you'll be able to play with this a little bit and create whatever look you want. This is not, I can imagine this being like a Nerf theme. I can imagine this being any sport that you can think of, basketball, football, soccer. And it's not just for boys. Like if you put your favorite, track running little one in there, male or female, it's going to look really tough and the kids are going to really enjoy it. They're going to want it for themselves. That's how great the design is going to be. And I want you to get used to making those kind of designs that you can put on anything. So now you can imagine this could be a flyer. This could be a backdrop, a banner. It could be part of your party favor designs, all of those things. I want you to get used to seeing this outside of the context of a t-shirt. All right. So that's all, folks. That's all I wanted to show you. This will be for class tonight. So make sure that if you're not in the academy, that you join the academy. It's academy.innatelab.com. And we're able to give you live classes every Wednesday that comes with the template. We walk you through exactly how to use it, all the advanced features in Photoshop, like the blend modes and the levels and the color changes and fading off the bottom of the pictures, all of that good stuff. You're doing in class with someone who's able to pull you out the mud if you get stuck. Okay. And then for those who are not VIP or Platinum VIP, then you can always purchase the classes a la carte, like one template at a time, or you can join the $50 a month membership where you unlock 8 classes, 8 templates every single month. Okay. And then, of course, if you'll be unlocking things every single week. Alrighty, my love. So I'm going to go ahead and close out on this one. I hope that you all find this very valuable. I do appreciate your support and you all being here because y'all make this worth doing. So keep telling me what it is that y'all want to see. Y'all said y'all want to see more more masculine templates, party favor type of stuff. So keep telling me what it is that you want, and I'm going to keep delivering because you all are my muses just as much as I'm yours. All right. Zena, you thought about Nerf too? Cool, cool. Yeah, I want y'all to get creative. Have fun in class with this tonight. And I can't wait to see what y'all come up with. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all dearly. And this counts as my live for the 30 days for tonight, just to let y'all know. I love y'all, though. I love y'all. I appreciate you dearly. Until next time. Bye. Bye.